Please enjoy our feature presentation. Thurgood Green Dress presents Traditions and Legacies. Today's guest, Dr. Scott Mitchell.
Well, I'm glad you're here on the Little Green Dress Presents
I am
Traditions and
so.
Legacies.
Oh, look here. I am so sorry for the technical glitches. Trust and believe. I play with technology all the time. I'm rushing off the highway to get to you. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy. I'm blessed. Oh my gosh. I'm here with the little green dress. Yes.
The
Woo,
Little Green
woo, woo,
Dress.
woo.
Yay!
Oh my
Awesome. Thank
gosh.
you, Scott. Thank you so
No,
much.
no, thank you, Kim, my great friend, my author. Oh my gosh, one of my longest running friends of all time. And
All
you've
time.
invited me, you have blessed me to just, I'm so humbled that you've allowed me to come and spend this little bit of time with you and the little green dress. I know this has been a labor of love for you. I know you've worked so hard at it. There's things that people will never know what has gone on going into this venture for you, and I'm just so happy to just to be a little teeny tiny part of the success of your venture. So thank you so very much.
Well, I want to thank you, Scott. I want to thank you in front of everybody because Scott has been behind the scenes from the beginning, helping me out, giving me leads, helping me to talk to this person and to connect with this person. And he has just been like an angel for me to really navigate through certain things that I wouldn't have to, he helped me get through it before I even had to go through it. You know what I mean? Like, and I just want to thank you so much. I asked you to be on the show, and I said, "Well, are you going to be on the show?" And you said, "Yeah." And I sent you all the information, and then you like, "Well, what do I do?" I'm like, "You just said yes, just to say yes." I'm like, "I love that."
I'm like this. I have just got through finished teaching online for Sinclair and also for some other schools. And one of the great things that I love is the use of technology and the use of Zoom. And I love Go Live, and I love this. I mean, the interactions. It's just it's so unbelievable just to be able to reach out and meet, greet, and talk with each other. We can be miles, million miles away from one another, but it's nothing like having that close face-to-face contact and being able to reach out and almost touch someone.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Now tell me a little bit. First, introduce yourself because there might be some people on here that don't know you, even though we pretty much run in the same circles. But
Yes.
let everybody know who you are, and I want to know about the drones and the young people and stuff.
Hello, everybody. Hello, my name is Dr. Scott A. Mitchell.
Tell them.
I'm originally from here, Dayton, Ohio. I'm a graduate of Meadowdale High School, a graduate of Miami University, a graduate from Texas Southern University, Thurgood Marshall School of Law. I'm also a graduate of Sinclair Community College, and I'm also a master's degree candidate, finishing up my master's degree in unmanned systems with the emphasis in education. Basically, I teach drone planes, drone boats, and drone cars. I
Do it,
also,
do it, do it. Yes,
I
yes,
also I also own a successful catering company called It's All Good Catering
yes.
because it's all good. and 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 Kim, I have just recently been awarded one of the first ever hemp cultivation licenses for the state of
Shut your
Ohio.
face. Shut your.
Yes.
Did you say him?
Yes, so we're entrepreneurs into a whole nother business now where we'll be doing industrial hemp and CBD oils to go with therapeutic processes and all those kind of good things. So there's a lot of good things going on in my life. You know, I come from a family of entrepreneurs, and it's going to segue into on one of the things on why you asked me to come and talk about um,
Tradition. Tradition.
traditions and
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me about it.
legacies. So I'm a serial entrepreneur, meaning I like to start businesses, and it all originated really from my great grandfather as well as my grandfather. My grandfather, it was Emery Mitchell. He was the first Black registered architect in the state of Ohio. He also, there's a lot of buildings around here in Dayton, Trinity United Methodist Church, H.H. Roberts, a lot of different buildings around here my grandfather was the architect for. And he worked for himself all his life. And one of the things that my family has been big and huge on traditions and passing down is education, entrepreneurship, and land ownership. So with the education, both my dad, John Mitchell Sr., who's still alive, he taught at Meadowdale High School for over 40 years. He's into his 53rd year of teaching at Central State now. And my mother was an educator. She finished at Belmont. She passed away about 20 years ago, where she had just completed her PhD in secondary science education, and she was the first African-American female at the University of Missouri to get her degree. And, education is huge, and my grandfather was really influential because he took my grandmother not one, not two, but 3 trips around the world. And one of the things I have is I still have the pictures of my grandparents sitting my grandmother on a camel outside of the pyramids in Egypt. I see them have pictures where they're sitting in the Taj, right outside the Taj Mahal. They're even at the birthplace of Jesus, and they're also at the sepulcher where Jesus was laid. So I've got that, and then I traveled the world myself. I've been Africa, Europe, and all over. And it started when we was very young. It started at a very young age. And when you called, when I was trying to get on today, I was just getting off the road.
Right.
It's my grandson. He's 1 year old. And I was coming back from Cincinnati, and I was bringing my other grandchildren who were along. So I wanted them to bond with their other I call them sisters and brothers, and it was important. And so we've been a family that we never had the biggest of houses. We didn't always drive the fancy of cars, but my parents made sure that we went on trips all across the country every summer. And by doing so,
different things, just to see.
Yeah, and meeting different people and cultures, and so it broadened our horizons so much that, man, today, I tell folks I can sit there and I can converse with somebody from the street all the way up into, $1 million homes and $1 billion boardrooms, things like that. Being able to converse with all of them, man, because at the end of the day, people don't realize, man, we're all humans.
Right, exactly.
We're all humans. Exactly. We bleed red.
Put and one leg at a time.
Same way, man. We've got to learn to get along and love more, I think.
I think so too. I mean, really, because that's why I'm asking about, the traditions, and because I feel like we're kind of getting away from it. So now, are you passing that travel tradition down to your children? How many children do you have? Like, are they traveling like it?
No, really, I only have one that I know of, daughter, and that is Mercedes Mitchell, and she hasn't had an opportunity to travel with me as much as I would have liked. As you can see, I'm wearing my Miami Beach hat. Okay. We had the opportunity to go to Miami Beach, and then she went, and I sent her to Miami Beach again. So it's one of those things where she hasn't got it yet, but my grandkids are getting it. Okay. My grandkids are riding. They're going with me to these different places. Like when we have a cooking event, they're at the cooking events. As most people who know me, they know my granddaughter, Anne-Marie. That's my good.
Are your grandkids taking after your passion for cooking? Are you passing your cooking skills down to your grandchildren? Is that what you're doing now?
It's kind of amazing because the granddaughter, when she was young, she didn't have any problems with coming in there cooking or doing anything. Then she got to the point where she didn't want to get her hands dirty and all that. And then she went through the girly phase, and now she's starting to come back around to doing the cooking thing.
Yeah, it usually works out.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, so tell me about your legacy. So I'm gonna ask you this question. I ask everybody the legacy question, which is, if you were to leave this earth today, in lieu of everything that's going on. I mean, even before COVID-19, you're not promised
Yeah.
the next minute. You're not promised the next day. So if you were to leave this earth today, what would your legacy? What legacy would you leave?
I hope to do something biblical, leave my children's children a legacy, and that would have to be the spirit of entrepreneurship and
Okay.
also the spirit of education. And
All right.
knowing that I don't care, we may not ever like this, we may not ever get rich, whatever,
Right. Yes.
but it's like this. There's some things that can't ever be taken away from you once you achieve it. And
Tell them.
that's education, man. Once you have it, it's yours. Can't nobody take it away from you. Can't
Exactly.
nobody they can't erase it. So my legacy, it has to be a sense of education, purpose, and passion. If you can find your way to become educated, become taught, be able to never cease the desire to know, of knowledge, of wanting more, and it
Right.
does not matter. That's the
Thirst.
greatest riches. That's more rich than money ever will be. And believe
That's
it or
right.
not, though, Kim, this is what I have come to realize,
Tell
that
me.
through it all, through all the degrees that I have, through everything, I have this thing that I call transferable skills.
Okay.
And these transferable skills,
Okay. Tell me.
they allow me to practice law. They allow for me to teach. They
Mhm.
allow for me to cook. They allow
Mhm.
for me. They allow for me to do drone planes. All these different things, and that comes from a desire of education, and that was instilled from me from my parents' parents.
Mhm.
And so that
Yes.
legacy and that tradition still goes on and still lives. And so I always tell, pick a book up, man. You
Pick
know,
one up,
pick
especially
a
the
book
little
up.
green dress.
You pick,
Especially start
yeah,
with the little green
yeah,
dress.
and you
Get
know
your
what?
children reading early
It
so they can
starts
be doctors like you.
it's as simple as, you know what? Think about this. We'll
Okay.
pick up a Dr. Seuss book. We'll pick up Sam I Am.
Right.
Pick up
And
the
it's the
little
same thing.
green dress. Pick up a little. Have your kids, have your grandkids, have your grandkids read a book about somebody that looks like them. I'm tired of
Right.
picking up books that have been written by people who don't look like me. In
Exactly.
order to replace those books of
We
authors who
gotta
don't look
start.
like me, I need authors who do look like me to
Right.
start writing. And I need y'all to
Right.
start
That's
reading.
what I'm doing, and I'm trying to expand my brand so people will know that
Yeah,
I'm not just trying to sell a book. What I'm really trying to sell
there it
you
is.
is that your family have
Yeah.
traditions and that your kids, that's their fabric of their life that makes up who they are. You
So
know what I'm
true.
saying? Little Green
So
Dress
true.
is a real story. It's a true story, and it's a story about this little dress that connects me, my mother, and my granddaughters. And when I'm not here, it's going to connect everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On down the line. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's just a little dress. It don't have to be a dress. It could be anything. And just like you said, yours is knowledge. And
Yes.
nobody can take it from you, and all you can do is expound on it and make it better. And because you have
Right.
knowledge, you can navigate in here, out here, talk to
Yeah.
anybody, converse with anybody, from the
Yes.
highest echelon to the lowest of
Yes.
low. You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
that's what the education does. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
I just want to thank you so much. That was a powerful message. And I just want to thank you so much for being talking to me for a few minutes. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
thank you for having me. Um, it's not oftentimes that I really go out of my way anymore. Um, to say, like, I really kind of try to let my actions speak for myself. So,
Yes.
I'm in that classroom and I'm meeting those kids and I'm trying to take them to that next level. So I'm not out here. You won't catch me on Facebook Live just for any old thing. It's got to be
I
for
know.
something. It's got to
I
be
know.
something. You ain't gonna see me out here. I'm sorry, like what my boy say on the video, up in the videos, on the
Right.
stage.
On the
Nah,
stage.
my stage, my
Nice.
look, look, my stage is my classroom. My
You a
stage,
professor?
yeah, you know, I teach us. I still teach at Sinclair, and you know,
I know.
I've taught at Texas Southern University, Thurgood Marshall School of Law, uh, you know, all these different places, and Central State. You know, one of the great things that I just did at Central State was when we had the Verizon camp, and we did the drone camps, and we did the virtual reality and the augmented reality, all those kind of things. Man, these kids out here, they sharp.
I know.
They
I
are
saw
so
you working with
smart.
Worm. Yeah.
But man, we have to give them a chance. We got to give them an opportunity. We have to expose them. You know, one of the biggest problems that I have is I'm in a relative new industry called unmanned aerial systems or drone planes that have just been open to civilians. And the
Right.
fact of the matter is this: out of our new program at Sinclair Community College, where we have one of the leading UAS programs in the country, there's only been two of us that have graduated in the last couple of years that even look like me. So two of them, and that was my best friend. That was one of my best friends. And so when I go into the classroom to teach, ain't nobody looking like me. Nobody looks, and nobody around here. And here the drone planes, man, we got people making $25, $30, $50 an hour, an hour, $80,000 jobs, $80,000 jobs out here waiting for folks. But
And we're not even exposed to it, don't know nothing about it. And
man,
because it sounds so, and we just kind of scare away from it and don't
yo,
want to do it. But that's the next thing, because I think I remember you telling me that you were trying to get your drone into like the grocery stores to count all the
yeah.
the
So
things and everything. I thought that was awesome.
yes. So in the last couple of years, I've developed two prototypes. One where a drone plane flies indoor by itself that can do inventory control and auditing. That was basically designed to go into big box stores like Home Depot, Walmart, and stuff like that. You know, really, I was driven to develop that drone plane. There we go.
Okay.
I really wanted to do that drone plane because it reminded me of when I used to work in Home Depot, but it also came home to rest with Walmart shooting. And, you know, a good friend, Michael Wright, he just settled that case. And, you know, my whole thing was like, if we could have a real-time tracking device that can show things that are not in its proper places, maybe we'll never have to worry about a gun being out of place and somebody picking it up over in the garden center. And because somebody, oh, he had a gun, even though it was a gun that they had in the store, we won't have to worry about these reckless and negligent acts and everything. And then, you know, so that I devised a drone plane for that. Also, you know, I got a drone plane that we're doing aerial surveillance. That, you know, I even feel even more passion to do that right now because of the Arbery shooting. You know, we got drone planes that can basically go up and do aerial surveillance once a sensor is tripped. Man, there was no need for them to go and shoot this boy because he ventured into a, man, I've seen so many people, man, they didn't say nothing about the little white kids who were riding their bikes up there to the house and, you know, tripping the video. But man, these are things that we don't think about, but we have the technology and we have to do this. And so since a lot of people haven't been exposed to it, I now realize that, you know, I didn't realize it at first, and I didn't really want to know how to go about sharing or being responsible enough. But I guess it's on me to talk about this drone plane stuff and these careers and these opportunities out here, because man, you know, we don't. Hey man, if you want to hide something from our people, guess what you do? Put it in a book, but don't put no pictures. If you want to hide it from us, put it in a book with no picture.
I know. I don't laugh at that, but it's kind of funny.
And you know, I just, you know, to he whom much is given, much is required. And you know, a lot has been shared. My parents, man, there's a lot of folks out here in Dayton, Ohio, who've I know my mom and my dad have touched. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they've even touched. My dad has touched the children of his children that he had taught in high school at Meadowdale and Andover and
Right. See, that's
all the different
legacy.
places. So
That's what I'm talking
so
about. Like, what are you?
I gotta get I gotta give back. I have no
Yeah,
I have an obligation because too much
it's
was
in your
given to me.
veins. It's indoctrinating you. That's why I wanted to have. That's why I wanted to have you on my show because I knew. I mean, I know the caliber of man that you are. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm
Man,
just honored and just privileged to have grown up with you.
I,
Even though
you know,
you have all these accolades and all this stuff, and I still believe that's God. Like, that's my brother. Like,
man, look, my accolades are being able to still call people like you, Sherelle, a lot of the family that we had from Meadowdale, that I'm
yeah,
able, Chuck Taylor, and I don't mean to
I'm gonna
miss
have Chuck
nobody
on
out, but
next.
y'all know Weston Philpott, all to be able to still call y'all and talk to y'all and call y'all my friends, and y'all still here
Yes,
today. Oh my
Stacey
God,
Lee,
man.
Terrence
There ain't no,
Coleman,
there ain't no,
Phil
there ain't no,
Bonner.
yeah, man, there ain't no awards, no accolades that can ever top that, man. When we did our reunion and we all got together and T-Bop put on and we was all together,
Oh my God, too
man,
much fun.
I don't think, Stacey Week, man, has meant so much to me because
I mentioned
Stacey,
everybody to date, and I can't wait to get him on here. He keeps telling me it's gonna be a date, and he's gonna give me a date, and I know he's gonna give me a date because that's my brother
Stacey, you
too.
gotta do this, buddy. You gotta
Yes, he
do
gonna
this, my
do it.
brother.
He gonna do it. We
And
gonna do it. I got his flyer waiting. Him and Mark Baxter. Mark pray
oh
for us
yeah,
every day, and then he watch
oh
over us
yeah,
at the clubs and everything. Yes, they're gonna
right,
be on
right,
here.
right.
Yeah, yeah. Once they see you on here, they gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna do it.
Well,
Got the Scott Mitchell on there.
they're like, ah, man, I know I'm gonna get, I could do better. I could get better.
Yeah,
Yeah, you probably
I'm gonna
could.
do
I'll
it.
lead the, I start y'all off. I start y'all.
Let him know. That's
But
why I
Kim,
chose you first. Thank you
but
so much,
Kim,
brother.
Kim, this is an awesome thing, and you keep up the great work, and I'll keep on plugging away, cause everybody needs to have a little green dress in their life.
Yes, they do. Thank you so much. And we're going to end on that note. Thank you so
Love you.
much.
All
Love you
right,
so
peace
much.
out. Love you, baby. Have a good
Bye-bye.
one. Bye
Thanks
now.
for watching, everybody.